October 28th, 2025 began like any other, or so it seemed. Rafiq, the school janitor, felt a strange hum in the air. A quiet vibration only he seemed to notice. It wasn't a sound, it was a feeling, a premonition. He walked through the school gates, keys jangling, running a hand along the cool bricks. For 30 years, this school had been his world. The first bell rang. Students rushed past, a river of backpacks and chatter, flowing around him like he was a rock in a stream. This was his reality, the background, the man who appeared only when something was broken. Yet the morning's hum persisted. He moved through the halls, invisible but present, waiting for the moment when everything would change. Rafiq was a master of being unseen, gliding through crowded corridors like a phantom in a faded blue uniform. People saw clean floors, not the man who scrubbed them. Empty trash cans, not the hands that emptied them. He was a function, not a person. Students dropped paper at his feet, eyes glued to their phones. He swept it up without a word. Their words, snickers about his patched clothes, were pebbles thrown at a mountain. They stung, but could not move him. Teachers called his name only in crisis, then forgot him as soon as the problem was fixed. He ate lunch alone in the boiler room, the clanking pipes his only company. While others shared stories in the staff room, he found solace in solitude. He was solitary, not lonely, content with his thoughts and the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. Rafiq had built a fortress of dignity around his heart, one small, quiet act at a time. He was the invisible man, and in that invisibility, he found a strange kind of freedom. Amidst the sea of indifferent faces, there was one island, a small boy named Ali. Every morning, Ali stopped to greet Rafiq in the hallway. "Good morning, Mr. Rafiq." It was a small gesture, but to Rafiq, it meant everything. Proof he was not a ghost. Ali asked questions. "Why is the floor so shiny? Did you fix the squeaky door?" He was genuinely curious about Rafiq's world. Their brief conversations were the brightest moments of Rafiq's day. One afternoon, as Rafiq cleaned a spill, Ali appeared, not with a backpack, but a handmade card. On the front, a crayon drawing of a smiling man with a broom. Inside, "Thank you for keeping our school clean." Rafiq's eyes welled up. He tucked the card into his pocket, over his heart. That small piece of paper became his shield against whispers and dismissive glances. Throughout the day, he'd pat his pocket, reassured by the reminder of kindness. Ali's simple act gave him more strength than the boy could ever know. It was a single voice, but it drowned out all the silence. Sometimes, one small kindness is all it takes to change a life. When the last bell rang and the school emptied, Rafiq's second job began. He swept silent classrooms, pausing to trace posters, solar systems, history, the periodic table. In another life, he'd dreamed of being a teacher, but life had other plans. He returned home late to a small apartment, his wife asleep, a plate of food waiting. After eating, he read from his worn book of poetry and philosophy, a balm for his tired soul. The words spoke of resilience, finding meaning in small things. He didn't need wealth. He had love, a roof, and his books. His dreams of teaching were just dreams, but he could still be a student of life. One evening, he found a wallet in the parking lot, thick with cash, belonging to a wealthy parent. Rafiq turned it in without hesitation. The man barely thanked him. Rafiq expected nothing more. Kindness was its own reward. He believed good deeds were seeds planted in the world. You never knew when they might grow. Each night, he read, finding peace in the wisdom of those who came before. He accepted his life with quiet, dignified grace. And in the silence, he dreamed. One gloomy afternoon, rain lashed the school windows. The final bell rang, and students rushed out. Rafiq heard a soft sob from a dark hallway corner. He found Ali, huddled, report card on the floor, an F circled in red. Rafiq knelt beside him, silent and steady. "I'm stupid," Ali whispered. "Everyone says I'm slow. My dad, he'll be so angry." Rafiq saw a bright boy starting to believe the world's harsh words. He reached into his pocket. Not for Ali's card, but for his worn book. "Listen, Ali," he said gently. "This book says, the world is changed by your example, not by your opinion. The mightiest oak was once a small nut that held its ground. They say you're slow. Let them. You don't need to argue. Just work, quietly, patiently. Show them." Ali's tears slowed. The words landed with weight, a strategy, not a lecture. "Prove them wrong," Rafiq continued. "Let their doubt fuel your fire. Every time you learn, you're building something. One day, they'll see the tall tree and wonder how it got there." He helped Ali to his feet, handed him the report card, and gave his shoulder a reassuring squeeze. A silent promise passed between them. In that moment, hope was planted. Rafiq knew. Sometimes the smallest seeds grow into the mightiest trees. The rain outside faded, but inside, something new had begun. Ali left, holding his head a little higher. Rafiq watched him go, knowing he'd made a difference. And for the first time in a long while, Rafiq felt seen. Time swept the years away. Seasons turned, students graduated, new faces filled the halls. Rafiq grew older, hair white, steps slower, but his routine never changed. Ali moved on, and Rafiq never saw him again, but he never forgot the boy with the kind eyes. The card Ali gave him faded, kept safe among his most precious mementos. Years passed, the school was renovated, new staff arrived, but Rafiq remained, a living piece of history. He thought about retiring, but the school was his world. Then came the announcement. The old principal was retiring, a new one taking his place. Rafiq prepared the auditorium for the ceremony, just as he'd done 100 times before. For him, it was just another day, another event, another moment in the background. He had no idea the echo he'd sent into the world was about to return. Sometimes, kindness circles back in ways you never expect. The stage was set for something extraordinary. Rafiq waited, unaware that his life was about to change. The auditorium was packed. Rafiq stood in the back, ready to slip away. The superintendent introduced the new principal, Ali Hassan, a proud alumnus. Rafiq's breath caught. The eyes were the same, curious, kind. Ali paused, scanning the crowd until his gaze found Rafiq. "Mr. Rafiq, would you please come up here?" Rafiq walked down the aisle, heart pounding into the bright lights. Ali embraced him. "He gave me hope. He taught me to prove my worth with quiet work, not loud words." Rafiq looked out at the sea of faces. No longer a ghost, but a hero. He finally understood. Kindness is a language everyone can hear.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.